Welcome to this high-octane explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the absolute thrill ride that was the 2026 Moto3 Hungarian Grand Prix at Balaton Park. If you love drama, chaos, and nonstop action, well, you are in for a serious treat. Let's get right into it. Let's set the stage real quick. Balaton Park is a track that demands riders push their machines to the absolute limit. This race wasn't just about speed, it literally turned into a test of pure survival instincts. With extreme cornering at every turn, the biggest question of the day was simply, who could actually keep their bike upright? Section 1. Tumultuous Hungarian GP start. And man, the chaos started before anyone even revved an engine. Get this, before the lights even went out, the Moto3 paddock got hit with a massive championship earthquake. Leopard Racing's Adrian Fernandez was slapped with a colossal 6-race disqualification for technical violations. He plummeted from 3rd in the standings all the way down to 20th, holding just 19 points. This massive shakeup completely turned the weekend on its head, suddenly opening doors for rookies like Vida Pratama to surge up the ranks. Then came qualifying, which brought its own epic drama. David Almanza had actually spent 4 days in the hospital earlier in the week with severe tonsillitis. Yet, he bounced back with superhuman mental strength, throwing down a blazing 1-minute 45.686-second lap. He snatched pole position from championship leader Maximo Quiles by a razor-thin 0.064 seconds. Absolutely heroic stuff. Moving to Section 2, fierce early battle for lead. But honestly, that qualifying drama was just the prologue. Once the race started, the fight for the front instantly turned into a multi-rider street brawl. The lead was furiously swapping hands lap after lap. Quills grabbed the lead on lap 1, Brian Uriarte pushed to the front on lap 2, rookie Vida Pratama went on the attack to take it on lap 5, and then Almanza clawed it back on lap 9. It was a breathtaking, blistering pace that perfectly captures the pure essence of Moto3 racing. Section 3, Survival Race and Successive Crashes, and this is where that blistering pace started taking a heavy toll. By lap 3, we had absolute chaos. Alvaro Carpe ended up clipping Marco Morelli's rear wheel and triggered a massive crash that completely took out Adrian Cruzes. It was a terrifying moment, sparks flying from the wheels touching in that extreme close quarters battle, and bikes literally flying over Cruzes' body. But miraculously, both riders were able to walk away from the track under their own power. The heartbreak didn't stop there. On lap 8, Vida Pratama, the Indonesian rookie who had just been leading the race and riding beautifully, suffered a devastating crash, sliding right out of the front pack. It was a crushing blow, especially since this was a prime opportunity for him to rack up some massive championship points. So with the lead pack shrinking and riders dropping like flies, everyone watching was left holding their breath, asking the exact same thing. Who is actually going to survive this? Who can make it to the checkered flag without hitting the tarmac? The tension was just unreal. Section 4, Fateful Final Lap and Red Flag. As those laps ticked down, that tension hit an absolute boiling point. By lap 19, the dynamic shifted entirely. Quiles and Almanza finally managed to break the tow, gapping the chasing pack by over a full second. It was the perfect setup. A pure two-man duel for the Grand Prix victory. But then, the final lap. Total disaster struck. Fighting for 3rd place, Alvaro Carpe and David Munoz collided. This triggered a massive, horrifying pileup that wiped out Munoz, Valentin Perrone, and Brian Uriarte. Munoz actually suffered a fractured pelvis in the wreck. Naturally, the race was immediately red flagged. Now, here is where the rulebook becomes absolutely crucial. Because the race was stopped on the final lap, the official results were determined by the countback rule. This means they rolled the standings back to the end of the penultimate lap, lap 19. So all that terrifying chaos of the final lap officially erased from a final race results. Section 5, Final Results and Points Ranking. Let's look at how the dust actually settled here and what it means for the championship. Thanks to that countback rule, Maximo Quiles locked in a dominant victory. Almanza took a hard-fought second, which is incredible given his hospital stint. And then there's Carpez. Despite causing that early incident and being involved in the final lap crash that brought out the red flag, the lap 19 rollback meant he somehow walked away with a 3rd-place podium finish. Uriarte, who also crashed on that last lap, officially held on to 4th. Wild, right? Looking at the updated championship standings, it's pretty clear. Maximo Quilez is running away with it. With 170 points, he has established a terrifying grip on the title fight. It's almost scary how dominant he's being right now.
Just look at that gap, 59 points. To put that into perspective, Quills is more than 2 full race victories ahead of Carpe in second place. Between his consistent strength and his raw speed when it counts, he is easily putting up the best average performance in Moto3 this season.
Honestly, with Quiles looking completely unstoppable, balancing flawless tire management with ridiculous sprint speed, you really have to wonder, how can the rest of the grid possibly catch him? Every other team is going to have to rethink everything from setups to race strategy. What kind of miracle is it going to take to challenge him for this 2026 Moto3 crown? We'll just have to wait for the next race to find out. Thanks so much for tuning in to this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.